Hi, I want to talk to you about a great book by Neal Shusterman called Scythe. It's so great, I don't have any copies of it. They're all checked out. It's a book that imagines a future in which there is no death. We've conquered death, nobody dies. They have medication, they have all kinds of ways that they can help people survive forever. You can even pay to have a death experience and then they'll revive you right away. And a lot of teenagers do this just for fun. They jump off buildings, they call it splatting. They jump off buildings and die essentially, but then they're brought back to life and it's considered a fun pastime. But in order to sort of keep the population under control and to keep people not going off the rails, they have invented these things called scythes, and it's their job to go around and glean the population. They have permission to kill a certain number of people each year, and they, will just find you on any given day and say, you're going to die in the next, it's your time. And they each have their own way of killing, and they do talk about that in the book a little bit. And some of them are very kind and gentle. Some of them are a little less kind and gentle. And then some of them are very corrupt, and they're in it to get famous and to get jewels and money, and that's not the way it was supposed to be. But this book follows two teenagers, Rowan and Citra, and they both are chosen as Scythe apprentices. And at the end of their apprenticeship, one of them will get to be a Scythe, and the other will end up being killed or gleaned, as they call it in the book. And so they are in competition with one another throughout the entire book as they're learning the process of what it takes to be a Scythe. Neither of them really wants to be a Scythe, but there are benefits. Once you're a Scythe, your family is safe and you're safe from being gleaned. And so in order to save their families and to be able to survive, they decide to go into this apprenticeship program. And the book is fantastic. It's the beginning of a trilogy, lots of action. The sci-fi aspect is really interesting as well. And it's just a look at what would happen if we didn't face natural death. And so this author is asking, what if? And do we end up in a situation where people are, choosing who lives and who dies, and who do we give that power to? Eventually, Rowan and Citra figure out that there's some corruption, that there's a problem within the society of scythes, and they have to decide, are they going to stand up and fight against it, or are they going to look out for themselves and their families? And so Scythe by Neal Shusterman is an excellent, excellent book.